In today's topic, we're going to talk about the story of Juan Venado. Juan Venado is my version of Chondo, but in Spanish. Because I really want to protect the innocent. So, this is a story when I was in the army, and Specialist Juan Venado was working for me, and we were working in the what they call the S6 section, which is the automations division. Communications, telephones, computers, all that good stuff. Those of you that were in the army, you know what I'm talking about. So every year they do inventory on all the equipment, and the army has this little thing what I'd like to do, where they give you X amount of invisible ink. Now they call it invisible ink because you can only see it with black light. And what you're supposed to do with this invisible ink is they give you a stamp and a stamp pad. The stamp says property of the U.S. Army. If stolen, call whatever number they have, the 1-800 number that they have or whatever to report stolen. So they do this in case a piece of equipment winds up at a local pawn shop. The pawn shop owner hits it with a black light. He sees that the property is stolen property, and they get back, with the army, and to apprehend whoever turned in the equipment to the pawn shop, whoever tried to sell the equipment to the pawn shop. That's the background. Now that we've got the background set up, let me tell you about Juan Venado. So one day, it was time to do inventory, and I told Specialist Juan Venado, "Hey Juan, come over here." And so he came over. I said, "Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We've been given this invisible ink and a stamp pad and a stamp. What I need you to do is take the stamp. I'm putting invisible ink in the stamp pad. Take the stamp, one press at one time, go to the monitor, stamp it once, stamp pad again, go to the tower, stamp it again. So it's 1 for 1. I said, "Do you understand?" He's like, "Yeah, I understand perfectly." I said, "Okay. So what are you gonna do?" He's gonna say, one stamp per equipment via stamp pad." I said, "All right, awesome. So you got limited amount of stuff. Go ahead and handle the business." So 5 minutes later, Juan Venado comes back. He's done. We're talking about 200 computers plus in the battalion. But the guy finished in 5 minutes. Like, I was like, "Yo, how did you finish so quickly?" He was like, "Well, Sergeant, I stamped the computer, but I didn't see the stamp. So I stamped the computer again, I stamped the computer again, I stamped the computer again, and I kept stamping the computer again. I did not see the stamp. So I used all the ink, and I kept stamping the computer, and I saw no stamp." I said, "Venado, it's invisible ink. You're not supposed to see it. Remember, it's one stamp per." He was like, "Oh. Yeah, so that's my story of Specialist Juan Venado, the U.S. Army, dealing with invisible ink." I hope you enjoyed that story. God bless, and good night.